The concept behind the album is Mic Monsta versus Njoku, which is me versus myself,
Yeah.
and is a journey of self-discovery. Mic Monsta markets Kwata
Start up
Pikin,
again.
and even within the label, even the artist, for an artist that we signed like Manik, she has her Manik lip drip on the side that she's marketing,
Marketing.
and that's just us transferring that knowledge even to the next generation, that you actually have to own a product and not just be an artist or an entertainer, but be a brand that
Brand.
your audience can actually have a product that they connect with. And
The-
shout out to Amadu Travels and Tours, because thanks to him, I was able to have a smooth visa, and I'm enjoying my stay so far.
Clicks of influence.
You're welcome once again to another episode of the Clicks of Influence podcast. And today we're going to be having someone you will definitely want to listen to. He is the founder of Quarter Music Inc. and also the founder of Quarter Peking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have someone who has been in the Cameroon music scene for quite some time now, and he's been making waves, with hit soundtracks for the culture. We have the most amazing, talented, and charismatic Mic Monsta in the house. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, bro. Nice to be here.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I'm all good. I'm enjoying the atmosphere,
Uh-huh.
enjoying the Dubai lifestyle.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. And Mic Monsta is also the brand ambassador for Shiva's Regal. And today we're going to be discussing about his Dubai visit. All right. He's been in Dubai for a few days and he's had, you can just imagine, Mic Monsta being in the building, right? So we are going to be talking about your stay here in Dubai. But let us start by asking, who is Mic Monsta?
Uh, most of the time, I would like to say I call myself a student of life and a thought leader. Yeah, so a student of life because I go through life, learn lessons, and try to share my experiences through my music. So music is my own form of communication to my audience, because I feel like music can transcend language, nationalities, and is one of the purest form of communication. So yeah,
Amazing, amazing. So, where do you get your inspiration?
I think from everyday reality. Yeah, like I said, I call myself a student of life. So most of my life lessons, whatever I go through life and learn, I try to share these experiences through my music. Sometimes it can be an inspiration, sometimes it can be a revelation. Yeah, so but that's just whatever I communicate through my music is 80% from what I'm experiencing and 20% of what I'm observing.
Oh, wow, wow. Experience and, observation.
Yeah.
That's truly amazing. So, let's look at Mic Monsta from when he was 10 years old to now. What would you say has been the transformation in terms of your mind and how you picture life?
From 10 years old. That's like way back. I think one of the most interesting thing that has stick with me throughout my experience in life has been poetry.
Okay.
From if I can trace my memory back to when I was in nursery school, primary school, poetry has always been my interest. Like from nursery school, when we had visitors in the school, I'll be the one in front of to welcome the
To welcome
Minister of
them.
Education.
Wow.
Yeah, so they always, I was that kid that they was always send me in front because I was sharp to remember my rhymes. If they write a speech to present to the school, I'll memorize everything. So the teachers always loved me for that. So I feel like poetry has stick with me throughout. And even while studying in school, I felt like it was one of those subjects and language subjects that I could touch or I could take back home with me. Because in our everyday lifestyle, we experience poetry and literature. Like if I ask you now, what's your day? If you tell me my day was hectic, I went to this,
Uh-huh.
you're already narrating a
A story.
story, and that's poetry already. So I feel like it's one of those subjects that you live it every
Every
day.
day.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Now let's take it a step further. Let's look at Quata Music Inc. and Quata Pekin.
Yeah.
Now, I know that bringing up this, it didn't just happen, right? There's
Yeah.
definitely a story behind Quata Music. What's that story? What motivated you to start Quata Music and the brand Quata Pekin?
I think the biggest motivation has been cultural identity. Because growing up, I realized that there was a lot of, like, we used to consume a lot of Nigerian culture from watching Nigerian movies.
Movies.
It got to the point that even in our churches, we were worshiping with Nigerian gospel. And I didn't feel like we were being represented enough. And I wanted to do something that represents Cameroon and the everyday pidgin, the quarter lifestyle is one of those identities that everybody shares. Like at the end of the day, all man is still for some quarter.
Definitely.
You get, and
Yeah.
if I have to share my experience of growing up, you realize that most of the things I experienced, somehow you also had the same experience.
Experience. Yeah.
And that community, because Quarter is just a community. Yeah, that community and experiences is what brings us together and makes us have the same story. So starting Quarter Music was just this identity that I feel like we share. Let me just bring it to the forefront so that every Cameroonian can relate to the stories.
Wow, wow. And the brand Quata Pekin?
Quarter Picking came from me searching for an identity because being an Anglophone, there was no identity to be really proud of. So being representing Quarter Picking was just like finding an identity that I can be proud of and still keeping it Cameroonian. So the Quarter Picking is the child of the universe. And if you have to let your background, like where you're coming from,
From
limit your mindset, you feel like there's no place for you out there. Must speak for myself. Like Tarima in Jaka, right? If you enter rich man house, you move your shoe sheet off a carpet for watch TV. You get you feel like you just have to humble yourself
Yeah.
in that space and looking for an identity that makes you feel like you own the world. That's where quarter picking comes in.
Can-
So I feel like identifying as a child of the universe gives me more authority to walk through all my experience. So if I know that I'm a child of the universe, I can live my life knowing that I deserve everything that I want.
That you want.
I can travel the world. I cannot limit myself based on my background. So quarter picking is more of that identity that helps you feel important,
Important.
feel like you belong to something that's way bigger than the background you're coming
Coming
from.
from. Wow, wow. Okay, so what do you do with an idea? Let's say, for example, as you talk, so idea just jump in your mind. You just what? How do you manage your ideas? Like, if an idea gets into your mind, what do you do about it?
I think most of the time I write them down.
Okay.
If it comes in the forms of melody, I'll just hum it to my phone and save. If it comes in a thought form, like most of the time, the ideas that come to my mind and are shared to people, I just call them random
Random
thoughts.
thoughts. Yeah.
So when these random thoughts pop up, I just try to write. And sometimes it comes during a conversation. Sometimes I just put a camera, I don't know what I want to say. But once I start, the idea
Ideas start
just
coming.
flows. Yeah.
Okay.
So just whatever time that the idea comes, I just try to jot them down and communicate. But like I said, I communicate more through music.
Music.
So most of these ideas, I jot them down, and then when I'm composing, I just bring them in.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a very, very important one. And then if you are out there, if you're an artist and you're listening to this particular episode, these are ideas that you should start implementing. If an idea comes to you, you can jot it down. Number
Yeah,
two, you can just,
definitely.
record it on your phone, because most of us right now we have Android and iPhones where you can
Yeah.
just easily tap the record button and then you keep that inspiration.
And it's
Now,
important to write it down because sometimes you think you remember, but
yeah, some ideas there. As we move on, I would like you to talk about Shivas. And, you're not just an artist. You're an artist, you're a brand ambassador, you're also an entrepreneur.
yeah.
And one of the problems or challenges I would say that most Cameroonian uprising or young artists face is how to blend entrepreneurship and music, how to stay creative, but also have like a business on the side. What would you say is that which keeps you being creative and also have an entrepreneurial side of you?
I think one of the thing is just understanding the business of music itself. So music is like the foundation, or from my own experience and what I got to learn over time. Being an artist, music gives you like the foundation, but then you have to have a product that comes after the music. Because when you're selling an event, if I say, hello, Mic Monsta will be at this club on this day, I'm marketing a location, but I'm not the owner of the location. When I'm sipping Shivas,
Shivers
it's a product that I'm a brand ambassador of,
of
but I don't own the product. So I got to realize that over time there are a lot of amazing, legendary musicians from Cameroon, and when they got to their retirement age, they are broke because they sell and market so many products, but they don't own
they
any
don't
of
own
them.
enough. Yeah.
So when I got to learn that, that's when I understood that okay, being an artist is not just enough. You actually have to own at least one of those products that you're marketing. And
Okay.
that's when I started building the Quarter Picking brand. And if you can see, I'm wearing a Mic Monsta sneaker.
Sneaker.
Yeah, so it pushed my mind to trying to own some of the products that you're marketing. If not, you can just go a 30 years career marketing locations, events, products without owning any of them. But once you understand that the key factor is owning one of those products, that at least one of those products. Because if you look at, let me say, for example, Drake, Drake markets
Marketing.
OVO, Rihanna markets Fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah, DJ Khaled has is We the Best. There's 50 Cent marketing G Unit. Yeah, so my monster markets Quarter
Starter
Picking,
picking.
and even within the label, even the artist, for an artist that we signed like Manik, she has her Manik lip drip on the side that she's marketing,
Marketing.
and that's just us transferring that knowledge even to the next generation, that you actually have to own a product and not just be an artist or an entertainer, but be a brand that
Brand.
your audience can actually have a product that they connect with.
Wow, wow, that's really, really interesting to note. Okay, so presently we are in Dubai,
Yeah,
and we are being sponsored by CG Party
events.
Boats and Rentals,
Yeah,
and of course Amado Travels and
yeah.
Tours, and
And shout out to Amadu Travels and Tours, because thanks to him, I was able to have a smooth visa, and I'm enjoying my stay so far.
oh wow, Amado Travels and Tours to the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so what has been your experience for the past few days? Being in Dubai.
I think the most important thing has been connecting with the community here. I never knew Cameroonian community here is so big.
We are so many of us right here.
Yeah, and it's good to see that the community out of Cameroon is really growing. and getting to connect with the fan base here, the audience here, one on one is a whole new experience. Because this is actually my first time in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm really connecting to the community here and I'm enjoying my stay so far.
And tomorrow we have the yacht
The yacht
party.
party,
Can you
yeah.
give us a brief? What should we expect from Mic Monsta?
So the yacht party is also my album release party.
Release.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my new album is out, Mic Monsta versus Joku. It's available on all streaming platforms. And the yacht party tomorrow is just to get the audience to come and listen to the music, enjoy the new album, and just party and have fun.
Okay, let's pick. I really wanted us to talk about the album, towards the end of this. But
Yeah.
now that we're talking about the album, can you just give us a snippet of what we'll be getting from the album?
I think the concept behind the album is My Monster versus Njoku, which is me versus myself,
Yeah.
and is a journey of self-discovery. Like there's a version of me that I grew up learning things that were just passed on, and over time I realized that there was more to what I've learned when it comes to education, religion, spirituality, even money. Yeah, and it takes on learning certain things
Certain
that
things.
yeah, and habits and finding a version of myself that's more healed from the childhood version of me that just inherits certain
Certain
habits.
aspects.
Yeah, so the album is more of the version of me that's struggling and the version of me that's healed from all those struggle. That's why it's me versus myself. So it just projects two personalities, and somehow most of the lessons that I learned, I was able to pass them and communicate them through the music.
Wow, wow. That's really really important because one
Yeah,
of the real enemies we have is not outside. One of the real enemies we have is ourselves.
it's the self.
You
Yeah,
know, you need to conquer your maybe habits, mindsets, and just evolve and develop from being the person that maybe you used to be to becoming a better
a better
version
version of
of
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk about challenges, right? What would you say is the most challenging thing you face as an artist?
I think that would be believing in myself. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like the biggest challenge was not believing enough
Mm-hmm.
because the talent has been there, but you come from a country where people doubt a lot. Like so many people told me I could not succeed with music if I don't put French.
Mm.
And
And
somehow that thought was getting to my mind. And it took me challenging myself to the point that I said I wanted to preserve the Anglophone identity because everybody kept switching into
to
French.
French and all.
And growing up in Cameroon, everybody that I've watched as an idol has always been Francophone.
Mm.
From the Samuel Eto'o, Patrick Boma,
Boma,
Roger
Roger
Miller,
Millers.
it's always the Francophones that are on the media space.
Mm-hmm.
And for a young Anglophone growing up, you don't feel represented. And the only person that's in a high position that they will say represents the Anglophone would be like the Prime Minister. But even when he communicates, he's not speaking in English.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that constant thinking like the young mind? So
Mm-hmm.
that struggle of the young mind looking for a cultural representation in the media space is what just made me feel like I had to stay true
To yourself.
to myself and try to make sure that the young generation that's coming up feel represented in this space. And that gave me the urge to just stick to the English like anyhow happen. So I
Yeah.
just you
You
just
made up your mind.
pick my battle wisely and see how to pull through with this identity. And right now the music has transcended language.
Yeah.
I have core francophone fans that don't even care if I'm speaking
Speaking
in English. They
English.
just love the music. And that's satisfying to see that you can just ignore public opinions and do what you really want to do. That's why I say the biggest challenge has just been belief. Because it took me years to actually believe that I could do it. If I had that belief earlier,
Would have been
yeah, it would have been more faster, but at least lessons learned.
lessons learned.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're almost getting to the end of this discussion. I would just want to ask you two last questions. Number one, what is success to you?
I think success is having an idea and waking up every day, constantly working on that idea to see it work. Like if you're constantly working on an idea and you're progressing. Let's say someone that always wanted to be a teacher, and you finally have a classroom of students that you're teaching, you're already a successful
Success.
person. So anybody that has a dream that they are finally pursuing, to me, that's already success. Because majority of people have dreams, but it stays in their mind. They admire it. It's so beautiful in their mind that they are scared
To even
to even
pursue it.
like you feel like if you pursue it, it might not work. So you just stay in one place and admire the dream in your head. So you have people that say, I really want to do music, I really want to, but they never
They
get
never
to
ever.
make the time to actually chase that dream. So anybody that's chasing a dream and you're consistently working to get better, evolve in that aspect, you're already a success.
Wow, wow, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
So, and then your final words to those who are watching us, and what they should expect. What is your vision for the next few years, 5, 10 years? What should we expect from Mike Monster?
I think it's just more music.
Okay.
More music, like more international collaborations, like seeing Cameroon music transcend nationalities. Like I'm not sure in Abu Dhabi, I had some Nigerian guys that were there telling me that they are my fans and they really wanted to be there. Like just seeing that other people from different nationalities can connect to your music and actually sing the same language the way we used to sing all those
Back home.
Nigerian songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, getting other nationalities to also represent our culture, that's just the big win for me.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming.
bro.
Thank you very much for joining us on today's episode of the Clicks of Influence podcast. And thank you very much, Mike, for coming, and hope to see you
Thank you
some other
for having
time.
me, bro.
Thank you
Next
so
time.
much.
Clicks of influence.